Have you ever wondered how money truly flows into our political campaigns and what rules govern those contributions? Understanding where campaign funds come from is essential for a complete picture of our electoral process. The primary difference in disclosure rules between a Political Action Committee, or PAC, and a Super Political Action Committee, or Super PAC, centers on their ability to coordinate with campaigns and the types of contributions they can accept. Political action committees can donate directly to candidates and parties and coordinate with them, requiring detailed disclosure of their donors and spending. Super political action committees, however, cannot donate directly to campaigns or coordinate with them, allowing them to raise and spend unlimited amounts of money, though they must still disclose their own donors and expenditures. The key distinction arises from the landmark Supreme Court case Citizens United versus Federal Election Commission and a subsequent D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals ruling, SpeechNow.org versus Federal Election Commission *. Political action committees, often formed by corporations, unions, or associations, face strict limits on the amount of money they can contribute directly to candidates and political parties. Because they coordinate and contribute directly, their disclosure requirements are extensive, detailing every donor and expenditure to the Federal Election Commission. Super political action committees, on the other hand, known legally as independent expenditure-only committees, can accept unlimited contributions from individuals, corporations, unions, and other groups. This unlimited fundraising is permitted because they are expressly forbidden from coordinating their spending with any candidate or political party. Their expenditures are considered independent political speech, which the courts have broadly protected. To better understand these financial flows, you can review the detailed disclosure reports available through the Federal Election Commission. When examining a political action committee's filing, you will see specific contributions made directly to campaigns and the names of the individuals or organizations who donated to the Political Action Committee. For a Super Political Action Committee, you will observe large independent expenditures on advertising and other political activities. You will also see their donors listed, but sometimes those donors might be other organizations, such as 501c for social welfare groups, which have different donor disclosure requirements themselves. This means the original source of money for some super political action committees can be more challenging to trace back to an individual or corporation. This introduces the concept of what many refer to as indirect funding, where contributions to super political action committees pass through other nonprofit organizations. These nonprofit organizations, classified under sections of the Internal Revenue Code like 501c4, are not always required to publicly disclose their own donors. While the Super Political Action Committee must disclose that it received money from the 501c4, the original source of the 501c4's funds remains hidden, creating a layer of anonymity that does not exist for direct political action committee contributions. Understanding these nuanced disclosure rules is crucial because it highlights the differing levels of transparency in campaign finance. By knowing whether funds are coming from a directly donating political action committee or an independently spending super political action committee, and how those funds might be routed, you gain a more complete and sophisticated understanding of the various influences shaping our elections and informing your engagement as an active participant in our democracy.